Okay, so today I'd like to go over a few things on our ceramic tile teeth. This one here, part number is a TT02. It's primarily used for a lot of the really tough ceramic tile, porcelain tile, some epoxy coatings and things. We're starting to see a need for a little bit of education on some of these tools and how long to use them and how to sharpen them and when to sharpen them. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over some of the mechanicals of it here. So basically this tooth was designed, this is a piece of ceramic tile. We've simulated about 1/8 of an inch to 3/16 of a thin set underneath that with air. So as the machine has got a brand new tooth on it and you're driving it forwards, it's designed to stay underneath the tile and lift it up like this. Or if this tile is bonded really well, then we just drive through it and we turn this into debris as we go through it, and then back up and then move over here. Now as this front edge of this sharp point gets dull, we all have a tendency to lift this up a little bit and start helping it to continue to drive under the ceramic tile and through the mud bed. That's the way we all run it. That's the way it needs to be run. What's happening in a really strenuous job where the tile is stuck extremely well, an operator will lift the tile up, the tool up a little bit, and then raise that up more and raise that up more until now we're not driving under it. We're trying to push it through the tile and not lift the tile. So an example of this is, let's take a look at this tool. It has a little bit of wear on here on this front edge. This is still a very good tool. We can still continue to use this, but we have to keep in mind, in order to keep that flush right here on the floor, we'll have to lift this up a little bit to continue to drive through it. Now let's move to the next projection here. Now you can see this tile has been operated a little bit longer. It has a little bit of a chip out of it here. And this operator would have to lift this up even a steeper angle to keep that front tip engaged with the floor. Now, this next tooth has been run a little bit longer. So we've got a lot more of the carbide that's been removed from the front tip. And so therefore, in order to, if we laid this flat, it would just try to drive up on top of it because it's got an angle on the front. So the operator would have to lift this up literally to that angle in order to keep this thing from driving up on top. So when he does that, this machine is going to have to push really hard, extremely hard to drive through that. And so it makes it harder for the machine to work, and it is really hard on the frame and the body of the machine. Now, as we continue to use these tile teeth, you'll see these more and more are worn back farther. There's more of an extreme angle there. So this tool would have to be nearly vertical. And so now we're having to bang into the front of that and basically try to bulldoze this stuff off. And it can be done, but it's very detrimental to the machine itself. So what we always suggest is whenever the tool gets to where you have to lift it vertical any more than a 45 degree as such, then let's take it over and let's grind it. And we've got instructions on how to grind these. But what we would do is we would grind this, and this one here has been resharpened. It's been ground off the front, and now it's ready back for use. If we'll catch these early, like this one, you can make a Sharpie and mark a black line across there, and then you can grind that on the grinder flat, and then turn it over here and grind it on this side to reproduce that angled beveled edge on the front. So if you run this for 8 hours and then go in and try to sharpen it, it's going to take a long time to sharpen it. If you drive it for about 30 minutes, change the tool out, you're going to have a tool that may look like this, maybe a little bit farther back, and it's, maybe a 5-minute job to resharpen it instead of a 30-minute job. So you always keep a sharp tool on the machine. It's going to be more productive.